find and rescue them. The king says there are people on the island, but they aren't very active. He then points up at a tree, where there's a skeleton hanging from a parachute. Not far away are the remnants of an airplane, also perched high in a tree. The king says there are no live people on the island. Alex loses it and takes off for the beach, intending to jump in the ocean and swim back to New York. Gloria again has to stop him and calm him down. She assures him that the people must be missing them and should be coming at any time to rescue them. Melman decides their situation is hopeless and he digs himself a grave there on the beach. Extending out from the grave is a long will and testament that he'd written in the sand. He starts to read it to the others, informing them of what he will leave to each of them, when a wave comes rolling in and erases the bottom third of the will. Melman says, "Sorry Alex," as that portion of the will pertained to Alex's inheritance. On the other side of that line, while Alex and the others, who want to be rescued, will stay on the opposite side. That doesn't bother Marty, as he immediately sets about building himself a little beachside patio, complete with a large umbrella, fire, pit, bar and lounge seats. Alex starts building something too. It ends up being a large figure, similar to the Statue of Liberty, and he calls it the Beacon of Liberty. His intent is to set it ablaze once they see a ship out on the ocean, so the people will see it and come to their rescue. While rubbing two sticks together, trying to create a spare. However, he eventually does get some sparks, then flames, but the flames catch the sticks on fire and Melman becomes frightened and starts running around telling his fellow lemurs that he wants to make the New York Giants their friends, especially Alex, who would then keep the fossa away from them. Maurice then poses a question to them all, asking them to consider why it is the fossa are afraid of Alex, and perhaps the lemurs should be afraid of him too. No one seems particularly concerned. Back on the beach, Alex has built another structure, made of coconut logs. This one spells out the word, help. Melman and Gloria decide to join Marty on the fun side of the island, and are over sitting under the umbrella, near the fire pit. Marty invites Alex to join them, telling him that it's not really the fun side without him there. Marty continues to refuse. As he sits there pouting, the P in his help sign collapses. After some time, Alex decides to go over to the fun side, apologizing to Marty and asking to join the others. Marty welcomes him to Casa del Wild, and prepares Alex a drink. Marty has to explain that the drinks are just seawater, but that's only until the plumbing is fixed. Gloria has something he calls seaweed on a stick, and offers some up to his friends. Gloria and Melman think it's very tasty, but Alex starts choking when he eats it. He is very hungry for meat and misses the steaks he used to eat at the zoo in New York. After he falls asleep, he dreams about steak, and he starts to lick one. He is jolted awake by the others and finds himself licking Marty's backside. Marty wants to know what Alex thinks he's doing. Alex pretends to have been counting Marty's stripes. Meanwhile, 2,500 miles to the south, the penguins have arrived at their dream destination, Antarctica, and are standing quietly on the ice, near the bow of the ship. The wind is blowing and there's nothing around them except ice and snow as far as the eye can see. Finally, Private turns to the others and says, "Well, this sucks." King Julian and all the lemurs make noise and wake up Alex and the others, surprising them by leading them to an overlook where they gaze out upon a huge expanse of open area, with beautiful green grass, trees and waterfalls visible way in the distance. The king says, "Welcome to Madagascar." It all looks just like the poster that Marty had on the wall back in New York. It was just like the land in his dreams. He and Alex rush forward and romp through the grass, wrestling and teasing each other as they went. Alex tires temporarily, as he hadn't eaten for a long time, but rediscovers that he has more, and Julian hears Alex refer to himself as a king. He becomes concerned, thinking that there can't be two kings on Madagascar. The fossa arrive and observe Alex's performance from behind some rocks. As Alex continues his performance, he looks out over the crowd, comprised of the lemurs and his friends, and they all start to look like steaks to him. When Alex lets out a huge roar, the fossa run off and everyone else decides to run as well, because Alex is attacking. When Alex snaps out of his hunger-induced temporary insanity, he has his jaws attached to Marty's butt, but he hadn't bitten down yet. Maurice takes advantage of the moment to educate everyone about the fact that Alex is an apex predator, and if he's hungry, no one is safe. About that time, Alex sees steaks again and starts another attack. He always seems to hone in on Marty as his target of choice. Alex is about to pounce on Marty when Maurice fires a coconut from atop a tree and beans Alex with it, saving Marty. Alex recovers and is very upset at himself for attacking Marty. He's worried what might happen, so he runs off. He falls into a river and ends up floating to another part of the island, the place where the fossa live. There, he sharpens a bunch of sticks and inserts them into the ground, sharp sides up. He's predators, where the fossa live. As they walk, they observe several small animals get eaten up by much larger predators, and they are not at all comfortable. A boat horn sounds out on the ocean, so Marty, Gloria and Melman hurry to the beach. They see the same ship that they'd been on earlier. Melman struggles to hoist Gloria up high and begins to turn around and head for the island. Marty decides to hurry and go find Alex, but Gloria stops him, knowing he wouldn't last long in the land of the predators. The ship arrives at the island and the bow comes right up onto the beach, flush against Melman's face, as he's standing there in shocked amazement. The anchor drops onto the beach and the 4 penguins appear. Gloria asks them where the people from the ship are and Skipper tells her that they are on a slow lifeboat to China. During the distraction of the ship coming aground on the island, Marty has run off to go find Alex. He finds him sitting in his little jail enclosure. Alex talks to Marty for a little bit, then lunges and takes a swipe at him. He couldn't help it, he was so hungry. He regains his senses and goes deeper into the rocks to hide. Marty follows him partway and tells Alex he isn't going anywhere without him. He starts to sing, "New York, New York." Alex doesn't respond. The fossa have arrived and are gathering around Marty in force. Soon, they attack and Marty has to run, calling for help. Just as it appears Marty is doomed, Melman and Gloria arrive. Melman sweeps down from on high and scoops up Marty, carrying him to safety. The penguins are there too, and Skipper steps forward, producing a flare gun which he fires into the air, distracting the fossa. He and the other penguins then quickly rig up a device using the steering wheel from the ship, and spin it around rapidly, striking the attacking fossa and knocking them unconscious. Thinking Alex is really going to eat him, until Alex whispers to him that it's all for show. Alex then grabs Marty. Then he sets the 3 back on the ground and starts taking it directly to the fossa, knocking them this way and that, until they all decide to run off. He shouts at them to never come back. The king observes all this and becomes very happy that his plan had worked out after all. Back on the beach, Rico is working feverishly as a chef, preparing some sushi, which is then fed to Alex. Alex is tentative, but he tries it and decides he likes it. He orders 300 pieces to go. Everyone enjoys themselves at the Thank You Freaks banquet put on by the lemurs. There's a massive toast, with everyone taking a drink from their coconut cups and then simultaneously spitting it right back out. Marty tells his friends that he's okay with just staying on Madagascar, or going back to New York, just as long as he can be with his friends. They decide to go back to New York. The king gives Alex his crown, then produces a new one for himself. His new crown is larger and has a live gecko on it. Marty, Alex, Gloria, and Melman board the ship. The chimps are still there too. The ship is loaded with lots of fresh fruit and sushi, ready to sail. Alex envisions them making some side trips, since it will be winter at the New York Zoo. The penguins, however, are all sitting in beach chairs, sunning themselves. One of them wonders if they should tell those on the ship that it's out of gas. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.